Hello from New York City, I'm Nadia, this is The Rundown. I'm going to go and meet up with a filmmaker who I've been wanting to meet for a while. She's made her first feature film. It's been traveling around at some film festivals and it's called Gold Star. Her name is Victoria Negri. I was introduced to her by a fellow film friend who knows how much I love running and said I would really get on well with her. So I wanted to go find out more about why Victoria runs and how it helps her be a filmmaker. So let's go. Hey, this is great. I'm glad to finally meet you. We have a mutual friend and a love of film.
I'm either running or, working on films or watching.
We're sitting in a dark cinema, right? We're here in Brooklyn by the pavilion, which looks like it's being refurbished, which is great. So let's go.
Yeah, cool.
Can we take it back and tell me when you first started running? I mean, did you grow up as a runner? Were you growing up in Connecticut?
I was always running around. I wouldn't say I was a runner. I played soccer, and my dad was a really serious runner. Okay. So
yes, I saw an image of him in your Kickstarter video, I think it was.
Yeah, he was really into it, but I wasn't when I was young.
Okay.
I got into it more when my father had a stroke, so he couldn't run anymore. Mm-hmm. And it really inspired me to move more and to appreciate the fact that I'm capable.
Yeah.
Because he was confined to a wheelchair for a year before he passed away. So I lived in Connecticut mostly then to help take care of him. And I'd go for these, long 20-mile runs the first time I'm training that intensely.
Yeah.
And I'd come home and be like, Dad, I did it.
Oh.
Here was the route I took. And he would nod, and we used this magnet board with letters to communicate because he couldn't speak.
Yeah.
So he would write down street names and ask where I went, and we would kind of talk about my runs.
Oh, wow.
And it was really great, and he was so proud. Now I'm just so emotionally tied to running because I did the year that marathon was canceled in New York.
2012?
Yeah, 2012.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Did my own route, and I had my phone strapped to my arm the whole run. I probably wouldn't have done this if the marathon was still on.
Yeah.
But I called my mom every few miles.
Oh, wow.
I checked in with my dad. She would just put him on the phone and I'd be like, I'm at mile 5. Oh. I'm at mile 10. My boyfriend came and filmed me finishing.
Oh.
And I was like, love you, Dad. And he actually passed away a few days later. So that was our last moment or memory together.
That's so special.
So not running, I have to run now. It's so powerful for me.
When you first started going on those long runs, were there a way for you to deal with what was happening with your dad? Because you grew up with a dad who was a lot older.
My dad was 63 when I was born, so he did his first marathon, I think at 65. And his first and only, actually. He did half marathons afterward. I think I just really saw what can happen as you age, and it scared me. And, I'm young, and I want to see what I can do, what I'm capable of. And, pain of distance running it's just a reminder that you're alive, I think.
Yeah. And that's basically the time that you spent with him when he was very ill is what made your film come to life.
Yeah,
Gold Star?
Yeah, so Gold Star is my first feature. I wrote and directed it.
I mean, first of all, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Because not easy to get your film made. You wrote, directed, and produced it.
Produced and starred in it. Yeah,
and starred in it, sorry, of course.
It's a lot. So the whole time my father was sick, I couldn't really do much other than I helped take care of him.
Yeah.
I didn't have a social life. I was really just focused on that. So these other things started to happen in my life where I needed to find outlets like running and then writing this screenplay. I was in his hospital every day for so long that I just brought my laptop when he was sleeping and would write the script, and then at home taking care of him, I would have meetings with producers on Skype. I'd be like, Dad, I'm gonna go in the other room and chat with the producer. I don't like to just sit and wallow and stuff.
Yeah.
I try to put my energy towards doing something, and I really think my dad getting sick and losing his ability to speak woke up in something like my voice, and that I could say something to the world. And I don't know, it really made me realize life is short, and if you want to do something, just do it. Like, run a marathon, make a movie. What's the worst thing that could happen?
Yeah.
Not an amazing movie? Oh well, you know what, you made a movie. Oh well, you didn't do like an amazing marathon. But you should try, because when you're 90 years old and, you know, however you are at that point, you want to know that you went for it.
Yeah. So did you manage to still run during the shooting, the actual production?
Oh man,
was that hard?
I went for a few jogs. And
like 1 mile here, 1 mile there.
And there's some running scenes in the movie.
Yes, actually I meant to say, I love it when a film has running in it.
Making a feature takes over your entire life.
Yeah.
For a month.
Because you're on the set all the time, right?
Yeah, I'm on the set. The set was my house. The crew was sleeping in my house, my mom's house in Connecticut. So I would wake up and be on set, which is tough. So yeah, I did step out for a few runs, but I kind of had to just focus on the filming.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a whole day where it was just running scenes, so I was kind of excited. And I was like, no, we'll do one more. I got this. And the camera was in a pickup truck driving next to me running, so we can get some really good smooth shots.
Nice.
And my brother was driving the truck, and I said, you can go a little faster. We got this.
17 days was the shoot.
Yeah, 17 initial days, and then 2 like extra days of more stuff I wanted to add to the film.
Okay.
Which was a few months later.
Now that it's made, what do you feel? Like, are you nervous? Is it a similar kind of the vibes or the feelings that you get before, like the nerves of a pre-race day feeling, or is it different
totally.
to that?
Adrenaline starts going. I am not eating huge meals right before the film, like you don't do before a race. Yeah, I get that like blood pumping, and I'm on. It's really like, yeah, totally. Actually, like I compare making a movie to running a marathon. It's such a grind. Like every single day you have to do something for it, or you won't get it done. Like you can't skip training days when you're training for a marathon because they add up. So if you slack off in pre-production, especially making a film, it's not going to be a good end product. So
every little bit, like you said, counts.
Yeah, and then I had a race a week after we finished production.
You know, just to challenge yourself a little bit more. So this is your usual running area?
Yeah, I loop around the park, I do the trails. I sometimes run to the bridges and go across. And sometimes if I'm being really stupid, I run. My sister lives in Greenpoint.
Yes.
Sometimes I'm like, where do you want to meet for dinner? And I'll just run and meet her for dinner.
I love it.
I'm like, can you bring me like a dry shirt and we'll be good. So I try to do that.
You need to invent something like that where you can actually, because I don't like carrying everything.
Yeah.
Drop it off somewhere and be like,
well, I try to jam it all in my camelback, but then I have this huge camelback. But yeah, no, she's like my size, so sometimes I'll show up and be like, get the shower going.
It's obvious, I mean, so running gives you this connection to your dad.
Yeah.
Right? But, I mean, what has it given you that nothing else can?
Oh, I mean, it makes me feel like I'm invincible. I mean, you cross the finish line and you're like, I can do anything.
Yes.
To running, like my love from running happened right when I started making the film.
Yeah.
So everything is so intertwined.
Where can people see the film?
So right now we're on the festival circuit. Sunday, June 11th, we're playing Lighthouse Film Festival in New Jersey. But you can stay updated on our Facebook page, Gold Star Film, or our website, goldstar-film.com.
I like that name, Gold Star.
Yeah.
Give you a gold star.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Awesome. Well, you subscribe to my YouTube channel and I'll put all the links to your social media on there as well.
Awesome.
Bye. Thanks so much for coming. Sweaty hugs.
Yes,
All the best.